What's up? This is Dean Anti TV. I'm here to do my spoiler review of Mortal Kombat 2, the movie. Mortal Kombat 2, the movie. This is the new movie, the sequel to the first movie, which is also a good film that came out 5 years ago. It starts off in NetherRealm. Shao Kahn is fighting an intense fight versus a soldier named Jarrett. The whole village watch as he at him, and he's bleeding profusely. And then young Katana and Sindel was watching him. That happened to him. Jarrett his sword and tried to slash him with his sword, but then Shao Kahn took out his sledgehammer and then hit him in his chest and head and beat him to death. It begins. Present time, Outworld. Shao Kahn has a talk with Shang Tsung and Sindel saying that they're going to have a tournament. Then back on Earth, Revan talks to the team who is training Liu Kang, Cole Young, and Jax. Then Raiden, each challenger said that they want to get to be a master fighter. And Cole showed his reflexes, his baton and arms, and his powers that absorb energy. Raiden tells them that he's looking for another warrior to help them fight in the tournament. And his name is Johnny Cage, played by Carl Urban. Back at Outworld, Sindel shows that having a flame that represents 8 members of both the Earth's realms and also Outworld fighters. The fights are Katana versus Johnny. Katana versus Johnny was getting his ass whooped mostly the whole fight, and then he basically fight on the floor. Then they flip on top of the roof to hide. And Johnny, but then Katana goes up and then beats him up, but then spares his life, so he's still alive. Katana wins, and then Katana versus Jade. It was a good fight in the fortress, and then Katana wins. Then it was Johnny versus Barranca. This is a more playful fight. It was in his village, so all the family was all there. Barranca was just testing the fighting in the homes and in the bushes, and they were fighting everywhere. And he whipped his ass. Johnny didn't really get no hits in. And then suddenly Johnny said, "Oh, I'm an actor, so I can do this." And then he starts fighting him back. And then he finally gets his shadow kick in for the first time. And it was a great fight. Next, Shao Kahn versus Cole Young. This is a good intense fight. It was near the swamp pit like in Mortal Kombat 2 game. Cole was using his batons, slashing back and forth, but Shao Kahn was blocking him, and then he hit him with a charge, and then knocked him out. And then he took out his mallet, and he hit him directly in his head and his torso, so he's out. And then he threw his body into the swamp pit, so then Shao Kahn went. Devastating. Then next was Jax versus Jay. Good fight, but mostly a test of strength between the two. And Outworld. Smoke and Noob Saibot, which is basically the new Sub-Zero. And it was a good, intense fight. And then he brought out his harpoon and he said, "Get over here." And then Scorpion wins. The final showdown had Katana and Liu Kang versus Shao Kahn. Liu Kang's fighting intense back and forth using his dragon and shot all his fire on Shao Kahn, but he blocked it since he had the amulet in his chest and it's still active. Meanwhile, Raiden wakes up from his comatose state lying in midair and then destroys the amulet. Suddenly, then Shao Kahn's tattoo of amulet disappears, and now he's mortal against Liu Kang. So then he gets his chops in, and then Katana whips out her fans and twirl it and touch it and cut him up. Shao Kahn trying to teleport, but then they figure out where he was at, and then they knocked him down and then his helmet came off. And then she took out 2 fans and guillotine swiped with both fans at the same thing, and then grated his head in half. Fatality. Earthwind Defenders won. The last frame of the Outworld went out, and the Earth Defenders won Mortal Kombat. Very cool movie. I give it a 7.9 out of 10. This movie is excellent. Shao Kahn's voice. I think the final boss of the next movie will be either Shinnok or Blaze, the fire being for the next movie. I think MK got a lot of good stuff going for it. It's always good. It was always exciting, and it never gets old. Go see this movie.